everybody. How are you? Welcome to another, okay, let us address the fact that it's been 2 sessions since we last saw each other. So it's like, what, 3 weeks? Like, a long time. So just want to say hello and an extra welcome to all of you who are listening here with us today, and especially to our readers today. Yay and Teal, my beloved, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Doing radiant.
Excellent. I was actually hoping that they were not, driven mad by the, not knowing what was gonna happen in the Count of Monte Cristo during these two days. The suspense was, very, very didn't drive them to violent deeds of reading ahead. So actually,
don't worry, Magpie. I've already been driven to madness.
No, Teal. Surely you didn't read ahead while we were.
Yeah, I did, like 20 years ago. Yeah, and if anything, I was driven to sanity. So
okay.
We're doing well.
It's okay. All right. So it's one of those books. Okay. So I follow on Twitter. I follow a guy who just reads and he does book reviews, and he is mostly he just does like classic books. So I'm guessing he's never read the classics, so he's just as an adult going through them and giving his reviews of it. And so far, like, he has read like Brothers Karamazov or whatever the name, Jane Eyre, all of these classics, and he still ranks the Count of Monte Cristo as his number 1. So I'm like,
nice.
Yeah. He says like it's the best book he's ever read, the favorite. So I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm like, and then because I am like that, I replied and I invited him to join our read-alongs. But so far he hasn't joined us. So yeah, maybe one day he can join us, at least to listen in. But until then, we are a small but very merry band of bookworms who love to read books, especially when they're fun, and we like to, have roles and really bring them to life in the best way as we can. So thank you guys for joining today. We are reading today chapter 55. I was tempted to also include chapter 56, but that would have been, what was that, 43 pages of a Google Doc. Probably not quite we don't have that much time to read all that, but so we're just going to read chapter 55. But it's a good one. It's a very interesting one. But before we do, let me just say hello to the folks on the YouTube chat. All right. Yeah, I see you got your summary. I'll let you read it in a little bit. Thank you for...
Yep.
Thank you for that. And Teal is also here. Teal changed her handle, by the way. Says, today we talk with the very model of a modern Major Jack. Yes. Love the Hamilton reference. What? It's not Hamilton?
No.
Pirates of Penzance.
Yes.
Oh, well, I get it from I'm Hamilton. Okay.
Okay.
Physical pain on that one. I'll be honest, Magpie.
Okay, hold on a second. Like, how many? Okay. I don't want to be a Timothée Chalamet here, but am I just an uncultured fiend that hasn't watched a single opera? I mean, I watched Forza del Destino and The Love Elixir, but other than that, and La Traviata, but other than that, like, I'm not very well versed. How do you guys know, like, the pirates of, what was that? Penzance. How? What?
Well, it's Gilbert and Sullivan.
Yeah.
It's quite...
Oh, really?
It's probably their most famous song.
Oh. Huh.
It also bleeds into a lot of things. It was in Mass Effect. It was in Star Trek. It was...
And in Hamilton, apparently.
I don't think it was.
Yes. One of the lyrics says when he is presenting the members, he introduces one as what was the very model of a modern major general. I forget who it was. All right, you guys. So
okay, maybe it wasn't there. I don't know.
In this,
Like right-hand man, I think might make a reference to it.
Yeah, it was there. That's how I know about it.
And I have missed that reference in it, and I guess I am the uncultured swine now.
You're the uncultured swine. No, you're not. You wouldn't. I mean, I'm not an uncultured swine. I just never got exposed to it, and it's never too late. It's never too late. All right.
That's the beauty. You it's a thing that you now get to experience.
Yes.
Now that you know about it.
Yes, I will do that. All right. So thank you, Teal, for always enriching the conversation with your very brainy comments. Oh my gosh. She is a scholar extraordinaire of this one. And yay,
a modern major general,
too.
you might say.
Look, stop it. Okay, just stop it. Yeah, you and Yay. We got, and then we just have me. All right. So continuing on, I won't even know what you're referencing to with the square of the hypotenuse, because I'm sure that's even more into the reference. I'm just thinking back to my math days. Okay, so I'm like, oh, like a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Yes, about binomial theorem. He's teeming with a lot of news, so he knows many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
Look at her go.
Many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
Look at them go! Oh my gosh. Okay. I am impressed. Yeah, you said you cannot do that song and you just did. You lied, Yay.
You gotta understand that is the easy part of the song. The general's part is incredibly difficult, and it's very impressive anytime anyone does it.
Is it like a rap?
It's a patter song,
okay.
And
yes, it's very boop 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 straight. It doesn't like swing any of its like stanzas or anything, but it's very fast. Yeah, and the lines don't break where you think they're going to. So you're constantly off balance trying to sing it.
Trying to catch up. You guys know what's the saddest thing when... Okay, so I do karaoke on occasion. Or I used to do it more. And at the height of Hamilton, I would do like the favorite one. The crowd loved Satisfied. But then one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to do Wars and Ships. And it's like one of the fastest raps out there. And I was like so into it. And I practiced it, you guys, and I got it down. It was perfect. But then, like, very few people in the karaoke party that we were having. It wasn't a karaoke room or a karaoke hall or a pub. It was just like a little party. Very few people like knew about it, and they just like looked at me like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "You guys don't know nothing."
Pearls before swine.
Exactly.
To go back to our swine metaphors.
Exactly. So, yeah, you gotta know when you spit those lines and to whom, because people are not gonna appreciate it. So, I appreciate you guys, though. I do. The musical theater and opera and all of that stuff. It's very, very good. All right, but moving on to down the comments, you guys. Wisteria Petals in the Breeze was here. Hello, Fuji says, probably referencing to again that am I the only one that doesn't know? I am the only one that doesn't know. Let's see. Oh, Patrick is here. Patrick says, oh wow, it feels like it's been 3 weeks since last week's readout. That's because it has been. And where are you? Like, are we now to just like experience Patrick only through the YouTube chat? Patrick, where are you?
Supposedly he is almost at the hotel. So
okay, do join us quickly. But safely, of course, safely. Thank you, Fuji, for explaining about the Pirates of Penzance. Yes. She is calling upon a Pirates of Penzance watch party. We'll see. We have a lot of stuff that we want to watch party here, so yeah. Also, Byron Balaam is here. Says, I saw Pirates of Penzance when my age was still in single digits. I don't remember how it went anymore. And look who is here. Drum rolls. Gremlin is here. How are you, Patrick? I have not muted you, by the way. So anyway, so basically everybody in the chat, Byron has watched Pirates of Penzance. Fuji has watched Pirates of Penzance. Yay, and Teal can sing this sucker. Okay, probably then this merits a watch party, you guys. Patrick, are you alive? Are you here with us? We can't hear you.
I'm not alive.
Okay, you're not alive. Okay, Patrick's ghost. Have you watched or seen Pirates of Penzance?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Have you ever watched the Pirates of Penzance?
I have not.
Okay, only one person. It's even if it's just one. Okay, got it. So I don't feel as AB normal as I felt.
Well, Magpie, let's just put it this way: if Igor was here looking for brains, you'd be his prime target.
Good luck with him, cause I'm a bird brain, and well, it's not gonna be fun for anybody. So, all right, look, Butterfly's here with us too. Welcome, or is it Butterfly? Yes, it is Butterfly. You guys change your PFP so often. I'm like, who's this?
I don't.
I know you don't.
Hello.
Whoa, little purple butterfly.
Greetings and salutations. So now that the gang is here, and I hope anybody who is, listening to us and who is able to join us. We are going to get started with what we're here for in the first place, Count of Monte Cristo. And chapter 55, of course. But before we do, would you be so kind as to get us all up to speed? It's been 3 weeks since last time we read, so this actually would be really helpful to us all. Go ahead, please.
Absolutely. Last time on the Count of Monte Cristo, the Count met in private with Albert de Morcerf and Lucien Debray, this time to discuss that most important and honorable of noble traditions, defrauding the stock market, discussing lovers, and avoiding social engagements. They discussed how Madame Danglars regularly risks 300,000 francs on the market, and Albert suggested how Lucien could use his position to trick her into a significant loss. This seemed to cause Lucien some discontent, causing him to exit early and, mysteriously, accept some unknown offer from the Count. The men also discussed Albert's relationship with his fiancée, mademoiselles Danglars. Albert seemed quite dissatisfied with the pairing, in part due to her appearance, in part due to her wealth relative to his own, and in part due to the objections of his mother. The Count, for his part, could only counsel him to make his decision, one way or the other. Finally, they discussed their mutual social plans and how to ensure neither were invited to any events they didn't want to attend without having to be so distasteful as to actually reject the offer. Can they be any more stereotypically French noblemen? Find out today on the Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, I'm French.
Thank you so much, Ye, for that amusing little summary.
Happy to help.
It just reminded me, like, these people, they're like, honestly, if you look at them, you don't even need a magnifying glass. They're just mischief makers all around, and whatever they got coming, they deserve it. All right.
And if any of you want to know, make sure if you get a certain pop-up while watching Magpie's videos, do not click on the low-quality AI.
Please don't.
Yeah,
Don't.
Don't really.
All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, right now, YouTube is being a mini jerk face. So, just support all of your content creators. We're all suffering out here. The payouts are smaller. YouTube is being a jerk and terminating people left and right. So, yeah.
It's telling us that Magpie's poor quality AI. She wouldn't be that.
I would never be that. No.
Poor quality AI? That's a tautology.
True. Spitting facts, yay. Are you going to get tired of doing that? All right. So we had a discussion about AI before we got on the live. So we will not continue down that route. But if you want fun discussions that are not necessarily tied to what we're talking about here, if you want watch parties, if you want... Oh, Zen tier members, we're going to have watch parties, which I will record for channel during A Sense of a Bookworm. So if you want all of those good things, join the Chatting Magpie and join my Discord server, and you can have fun. Of course, we're still gonna have the anime watch party, so everybody don't panic. We will still be watching.
How can they join you at the Zen tier?
Zen tier, they can't. I'm not actively encouraging people, but the Ko-fi is still open only for Zen tier. But if you just want to generally support, you can do so via my regular YouTube channel. Yeah, so just saying. Let's see, what else? I think that's all. My plug is out of the way, so let us all get started. Today, reading chapter 50, excuse me, chapter 55 are the following people. The narrator shall be me. Count of Monte Cristo will be read by Ye. The Major Bartolomeo Cavalcanti is going to be Teal, and Baptistine is going to be read by me. One of you guys want to read Baptistine?
I don't mind taking a roll.
Okay, can you be Baptistine? I don't think it's many lines, but you can have them, please. Awesome.
Gotta pull up the script.
Yeah. All right, don't worry, you have time. It's a whole bunch of narrating first. As always. All right, you guys. Yes, and of course, thank you so much. I think, Fuji, you're the one that highlighted, right? Thank you so much for highlighting this chapter, Fuji. Let's get started. All right. Chapter 55. Major Cavalcanti. Both the Count and Baptistine had told the truth when they announced to Morcerf the proposed visit of the Major, which had served Monte Cristo as a pretext for declining Albert's invitation. 7 o'clock had just struck, and Monsieur Bertuccio, according to the command which had been given him, had 2 hours before left for Hotel. Gosh. Sorry, guys.
What's the word?
Sorry, guys. Hotel.
I have to see the word again.
I typed it. I typed it on voice.
Hotel.
Okay. Thank you. 7 o'clock had just struck, and Monsieur Bertuccio, according to the command which had been given him, had 2 hours before left for Hotel. When a cab stopped at the door, and after depositing its occupant at the gate, immediately hurried away, as if ashamed of its employment. The visitor was about 52 years of age, dressed in one of the green surtout, ornamented with black frogs, which have so long maintained their popularity over Europe. He wore trousers of blue cloth, boots tolerably clean, but not of the brightest polish, and a little too thick in the soles, buckskin gloves, a hat somewhat resembling in shape those usually worn by the gendarmes, and a black cravat striped with white, which, if the proprietor had not worn of his own free will, might have passed for a halter, so much did it resemble one. Such was the picturesque costume of the person who rang at the gate, and demanded if it was not at number 30 in the Avenue des Champs-Élysées that the Count of Monte Cristo lived, and who, being answered by the porter in the affirmative, entered, closed the gate after him, and began to ascend the steps. The small and angular head of this man, his white hair and thick grey moustache, caused him to be easily recognized by Baptistine, who had received an exact description of the expected visitor, and who was awaiting him in the hall. Therefore, scarcely had the stranger time to pronounce his name before the Count was apprised of his arrival. He was ushered into a simple and elegant drawing-room, and the Count rose to meet him with a smiling air.
Ah, my dear sir, you are most welcome. I was expecting you.
Indeed. Was your Excellency then aware of my visit?
Yes, I had been told that I should see you today at 7 o'clock.
Then you have received full information concerning my arrival.
Of course.
Ah, so much the better. I feared this little precaution might have been forgotten.
What precaution?
That of informing you beforehand of my coming.
Oh, no, it has not.
But you are sure you are not mistaken?
Very sure.
It really was I whom your Excellency expected at 7 o'clock this evening?
I will prove it to you beyond any doubt.
Oh, no, never mind that. It is not worth the trouble.
Yes, yes,
said Monte Cristo. His visitor appeared slightly uneasy.
Let me see. Are you not the Marquis Bartholomew Cavalcanti?
Bartolomeo Cavalcanti. Yes, I am really he.
Ex-major in the Austrian service?
Was I a major?
Yes, you were a major. That is the title the French give to the post which you filled in Italy.
Very good. I do not demand more, you understand.
Your visit here today is not of your own suggestion, is it?
No, certainly not.
You were sent by some other person?
Yes.
By the excellent Abbé Busoni.
Exactly so.
And you have a letter?
Yes, there it is.
Give it to me, then.
Monte Cristo took the letter, which he opened and read. The major looked at the Count with his large staring eyes, and then took a survey of the apartment. But his gaze almost immediately reverted to the proprietor of the room.
Yes, I see. Major Cavalcanti, a worthwhile patrician of Lucca, a descendant of the Cavalcanti of Florence, possessing an income of 500,000.
Monte Cristo raised his eyes from the paper and bowed.
500,000? Magnificent.
500,000, is it?
Yes, in so many words. And it must be so, for the Abbé knows correctly the amount of all the largest fortunes in Europe.
Be it 500,000 then. But on my word of honor, I had no idea that it was so much.
Because you are robbed by your steward. You must make some reformation in that quarter.
You have opened my eyes. I will show the gentleman the door.
Monte Cristo resumed the perusal of the letter.
And who only needs one thing more to make him happy.
Yes, indeed, but one.
Which is to recover a lost and adored son.
A lost and adored son.
Stolen away in his infancy, either by an enemy of his noble family or by the gypsies.
At the age of 5 years,
said the major with a deep sigh and raising his eye to heaven.
Unhappy father.
The Count continued.
I have given him renewed life and hope, in the assurance that you have the power of restoring the son whom he has vainly sought for 15 years.
The major looked at the Count with an indescribable expression of anxiety.
I have the power of so doing,
said Monte Cristo. The Major recovered his self-possession.
So then, the letter was true to the end.
Did you doubt it, my dear Monsieur Bartolomeo?
No, indeed, certainly not. A good man, a man holding religious office, as does the Abbé Busoni, could not condescend to deceive or play off a joke. But your Excellency has not read all.
Ah, true. There is a postscript.
Yes, yes. Yes, there is a postscript. In order to save Major Cavalcanti the trouble of drawing on his banker, I sent him a draft for 2,000 francs to defray his traveling expenses and credit on you for the further sum of 48,000 francs, which you still owe me.
The Major awaited the conclusion of the postscript, apparently with great anxiety.
Very good,
He said, very good. Then, sir...
Then what?
Then the postscript.
Well, what of the postscript?
Then the postscript is favorably received by you as the rest of the letter?
Certainly. The Abbé Busoni and myself have a small account open between us. I do not remember if it is exactly 48,000 francs, which I am still owing him, but I dare say we shall not dispute the difference. You attach great importance, then, to this postscript, my dear Monsieur Cavalcanti.
I must explain to you that, fully confiding in the signature of the Abbé Busoni, I had not provided myself with any other funds, so that, if this resource had failed me, I should have found myself very unpleasantly situated in Paris.
Is it possible that a man of your standing should be embarrassed anywhere?
Why, really, I know no one.
But then you yourself are known to others.
Yes, I am known, so that...
Proceed, my dear Monsieur Cavalcanti.
So that you will remit to me these 48,000 francs?
Certainly, at your first request.
The Major's eyes dilated with pleasing astonishment.
But sit down. Really, I do not know what I have been thinking of. I have positively kept you standing for the last quarter of an hour.
Oh, don't mention it.
The Major drew an armchair towards him and proceeded to seat himself.
Now, what will you take? A glass of sherry, port, Alicante?
Alicante, please, if you please. It is my favorite wine.
I have some that is very good. You will take a biscuit with it, will you not?
Yes, I will take a biscuit, as you are so obliging.
Monte Cristo rang. Baptistine appeared. The Count advanced to meet him.
Well?
He said in a low voice.
The young man is here,
said the valet de chambre in the same tone.
Into what room did you take him?
Into the blue drawing room, according to your Excellency's orders.
That's right. Now bring the Alicante and some biscuits.
Baptistine left the room.
Really, I am quite ashamed of the trouble I am giving you.
Pray, don't mention such a thing.
Baptistine re-entered with the glasses, wine and biscuits. The Count filled one glass, but in the other he only poured a few drops of the ruby-colored liquid. The bottle was covered with spiders' webs and all the other signs which indicate the age of wine more truly than do wrinkles on a man's face. The Major made a wise choice. He took the full glass and the biscuit. The Count told Baptistine to leave the plate within reach of his guest, who began by sipping the Alicante with an expression of great satisfaction, and then delicately steeped his biscuit in the wine.
So, sir, you lived at Lucca, did you? You were rich, noble, held in great esteem, had all that could render a man happy.
All.
said the Major, hastily swallowing his biscuit.
Positively all.
And yet there was one thing wanting in order to complete your happiness.
Only one thing.
And that one thing, your lost child.
Ah,
said the Major, taking a second biscuit.
That consummation of my happiness was indeed wanting.
The worthy Major raised his eyes to heaven and sighed.
Let me hear, then, who this deeply regretted son was, for I always understood you were a bachelor.
That was the general opinion, sir, and I...
Yes, and you confirmed the report. A youthful indiscretion, I suppose, which you were anxious to conceal from the world at large.
The Major recovered himself, and resumed his usual calm manner, at the same time casting his eyes down, either to give himself time to compose his countenance, or to assist his imagination, all while giving an underlook at the Count, with a protracted smile on whose lips still announced the same polite curiosity.
Yes, I did wish this fault to be hidden from every eye.
Not on your own account, surely, for a man is above that sort of thing.
Oh, no, certainly not on my own account,
said the Major with a smile and a shake of the head.
But for the sake of the mother.
Yes, for the mother's sake, his poor mother,
cried the Major, taking a third biscuit.
Take some more wine, my dear Cavalcanti,
said the Count, pouring out for him a second glass of Alicante.
Your emotion has quite overcome you.
His poor mother,
murmured the Major, trying to set the lacrimal gland in operation so as to moisten the corner of his eye with a false tear.
She belonged to one of the first families in Italy, I think, did she not?
She was of a noble family of Fiesole, Count.
And her name was...
Do you desire to know her name?
Oh, it would be quite superfluous for you to tell me, for I already know it.
The Count knows everything,
said the Italian, bowing.
Olivia Corsinari, was it not?
Oliva Corsinari.
A marchioness.
A marchioness.
And you married her at last, notwithstanding the opposition of her family.
Yes, that was the way it ended.
And you have doubtless brought all your papers with you.
What papers?
The certificate of your marriage with Olivia Consinari and the register of your child's birth.
The register of my child's birth?
The register of the birth of Andre Cavalcanti, of your son. Is not his name Andre?
I believe so.
What? You believe so?
I dare not positively assert it, as he has been lost for so long a time.
Well, then, you have all the documents with you.
Your Excellency, I regret to say that, not knowing it was necessary to come provided with these papers, I neglected to bring them.
That is unfortunate.
Were they, then, so necessary?
They were indispensable.
The Major passed his hand across his brow.
Ah, perbaccio, indispensable were they?
Certainly they were. Supposing there were to be doubts raised as to the validity of your marriage or the legitimacy of your child.
True, there might be doubts raised.
In that case, your son would be very unpleasantly situated.
It would be fatal to his interests.
It might cause him to fail in some desirable matrimonial alliance.
Oh, peccato.
You must know that in France they are very particular on these points. It is not sufficient, as in Italy, to go to the priest and say, "We love each other and want you to marry us." Marriage is a civil affair in France, and in order to marry in an orthodox manner, you must have papers, which undeniably establish your identity.
That is the misfortune. You see, I have not these necessary papers.
Fortunately, I have them, though.
You?
Yes.
You have them?
I have them.
Ah, indeed,
said the Major, who, seeing the object of his journey frustrated by the absence of the papers, feared also that his forgetfulness might give rise to some difficulty concerning the 48,000 francs.
Ah, indeed, that is a fortunate circumstance. Yes, that is really lucky, for it never occurred to me to bring them.
I do not at all wonder at it. One cannot think of everything. But, happily, the Abbé Busoni thought for you.
He is an excellent person.
He is extremely prudent and thoughtful.
He is an admirable man, and he sent them to you.
Here they are.
The Major clasped his hands in token of admiration.
You married Olivia Corsinari in the church of San Paolo del Monte Cantini. Here is the priest's certificate.
Yes, indeed. There it is, truly,
said the Italian, looking on with astonishment.
And here is Andre Cavalcanti's baptismal register, given by Cure of Saravezza.
Yes, all quite Italian, all quite correct.
Didn't expect the Italian quiz. Take these documents, then. They do not concern me. You will give them to your son, who will, of course, take great care of them.
I should think so, indeed, if he were to lose them.
Well, and if you were to lose them?
In that case, it would be necessary to write the curé for duplicates, and it would be some time before they could be obtained.
It would be a difficult matter to arrange.
Almost an impossibility.
I am very glad to see that you understand the value of these papers.
I regard them as invaluable.
Now, as to the mother of the young man.
As to the mother of the young man,
repeated the Italian with anxiety.
As to regards the Marchioness Corsinari.
Really, difficulties seem to thicken upon us. Will she be wanted in any way?
No, sir. Besides, has she not?
Yes, sir. She has
paid the last debt of nature.
Alas, yes.
I knew that. She had been dead these 10 years.
And I am still mourning her loss,
exclaimed the Major, drawing from his pocket a checkered handkerchief, and alternately wiping first the left and then the right eye.
What would you have? We are all mortal. Now you understand, my dear Monsieur Cavalcanti, that it is useless for you to tell people in France that you have been separated from your son for 15 years. Stories of gypsies who steal children are not in the vogue in this part of the world, and would not be believed. You sent him for his education to a college in one of the provinces, and now you wish him to compete his education in the Parisian world. That is the reason which you have which has induced you to leave Via Reggio, where you have lived since the death of your wife. That will be sufficient.
You think so?
Certainly.
Very well, then.
If they should hear of the separation.
Ah, yes. What could I say?
That an unfaithful tutor, brought over by the enemies of your family.
By the Corsinari?
Precisely. Had stolen away this child in order that your name might become extinct.
That is reasonable, since he is an only son.
Well, now that all is arranged, do not let these newly awakened remembrances be forgotten. You have, doubtless, already guessed that I was preparing a surprise for you.
An agreeable one?
Ah, I see the eye of a father is no more to be deceived than his heart. Someone has told you this secret, or perhaps you guessed that he was here.
That who was here?
Your child. Your son, your Andre.
I did guess it,
replied the Major with the greatest possible coolness.
Then he is here.
He is. When a valet de chambre came in just now, he told me of his arrival.
Ah, very well,
said the Major, clutching the buttons of his coat at each exclamation.
My dear sir, I understand your emotion. You must have time to recover yourself. I will, in the meantime, go and prepare the young man for this much-desired interview, for I presume that he is not less impatient for it than yourself.
I should quite imagine that to be the case.
Well, in a quarter of an hour he shall be with you.
You will bring him, then? You carry your goodness so far as even to present him to me yourself?
No, I do not wish to come between a father and son. Your interview will be private. But do not be uneasy. Even if the powerful voice of nature should be silent, you cannot well mistake him. He will enter by this door. He is a fine young man of fair complexion, a little too fair, perhaps, pleasing in manners, but you will see and judge him yourself.
By the way, you know, I only have the 2,000 francs which the Abbé Busoni sent me. This sum I have expended upon traveling expenses and...
And you want money. That is a matter of course, my dear Monsieur Cavalcanti. Well, here are 8,000 francs on account.
The Major's eyes sparkled brilliantly.
It is 40,000 francs which I now owe you.
Does your Excellency wish for a receipt?
said the Major, at the same time slipping the money into the inner pocket of his coat.
For what?
I thought you might want it to show the Abbé Busoni.
Well, when you receive the remaining 40,000, you shall give me a receipt in full. Between honest men, such excessive precaution is, I think, quite unnecessary.
Yes, so it is, between perfectly upright people.
One word more.
Say on.
You will permit me to make one remark?
Certainly. Pray do so.
Then I should advise you to leave off wearing that style of dress.
Indeed,
said the Major, regarding himself with an air of complete satisfaction.
Yes, it may be worn at Viareggio, but that costume, however elegant in itself, has long been out of fashion in Paris.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, if you really are attached to your old mode of dress, you can easily resume it when you leave Paris.
But what shall I wear?
What you find in your trunks.
In my trunks? I have but one portmanteau.
I dare say you have nothing else with you. What is the use of boring oneself with so many things? Besides, an old soldier always likes to march with as little baggage as possible.
That is just the case. Precisely so.
But you are a man of foresight and prudence. Therefore, you sent your luggage on before you. It has arrived at the Hôtel de Prince, Rue de Richel. It is there you are to take up your quarters.
Then, in these trunks...
I presume you have given orders to your valet de chambre to put in all you are likely to need, your plain clothes and your uniform. On grand occasions, you must wear your uniform. That will look very well. Do not forget your crosses. They still laugh at them in France, and yet always wear them for all that.
Very well,
said the major, who was in ecstasy at the attention paid him by the count.
Now that you have fortified yourself against all painful excitement, prepare yourself, my dear Monsieur Cavalcanti, to meet your lost André.
Saying which, Monte Cristo bowed and disappeared behind the tapestry, leaving the major fascinated beyond expression with the delightful reception which he had received at the hands of the count. End of chapter.
No one suspects the Italian Inquisition.
Yeah.
My God, so much doublespeak.
Italian, yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty funny how it was constantly like, are you guys for real now? Also, hello, everybody.
For real. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Speaking to you from the future. How are you? How's the past doing, huh? Need to get on board the daylight savings time.
There's another 12 minutes and the live will start then. I'm sorry, but I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm kidding. I didn't. I forgot that it's different times apparently because different countries decide to change the time at different points in the year.
I know.
It's I think 2 weeks difference. So for me it's another week of this. That I will pay attention to the hours.
Okay. I was reading and suddenly I saw like a slew of emojis in the chat. I was like, what's going on? I was like, oh, this explains why Yukihime wasn't with us. So, but still welcome. I saw some people pop in and out of the chat. Ed is still with us. Ed, we didn't massacre your language as much as I feared because we massacred freaking Italian.
We massacred Italian.
The Italian, yes.
Like it's fine.
Oh shoot! Here's our Italian speaker.
No, I mean it's fine because it's Italian. French people have a problem with people not speaking perfect French, but Italians, you will say ciao and they were like, oh my god, mamma mia, molto bene, you're tu perfecto.
You know, that makes me think of Japanese people because if you butcher their language, you're like, oh, you speak so good, you're doing good. Even if you're just, it's like, no, I know I'm speaking terribly. Why are you telling me otherwise?
Because they're nice people.
Exactly, they're encouraging. Like literally, it's only the French that have this problem. So like, we did not choose a good story because it has a lot of French.
Well, okay. To be fair, Ed is here, and Ed has been nothing but supportive of our endeavors. Okay, so
yeah, because he's Canadian. That's why.
What?
So he's not.
Well, I was thinking it's because it's the Parisians that are the assholes.
Exactly.
We're talking about butchering languages, Ed.
Okay. So what do you need to unbutcher?
I still have trouble with Otail and why it's pronounced that way. But okay.
Because
Otay.
French.
Otay.
Yeah. Otay. It's AU, which makes the sound O.
O.
And O can just be the letter O. It can be A, or it can be A-E-A-U.
So it's Otay? Is it Otay?
Yeah.
More like toy, but you kind of like almost spit it out.
Okay. And Toye is the one word there. T-E-L. Otoy. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Ed. So, all right. So, language difficulties aside, you guys, this was a very interesting chapter, and there's a reason why I wanted to read the next one, because now we get to see the other side of this little farce.
Yes, all we really got was
you guys want to read it?
Bribing this dude
to
follow a certain story.
Do you guys want to read it? I want to read it, you guys. Can we read it, please? Unless you guys have something pressing to do, since we haven't been.
I got time.
Okay. Teal, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can make it work.
Patrick, Yukihime, Ed. Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm down.
Okay.
Who is going to read Andre then? I think it's the only new role.
Andrea.
I can do him if no one. Everybody else has roles. I don't mind not reading.
Okay.
Let's
good?
see.
All right. So, chat. We're going to read another chapter. Thank you for indulging your magpie. We are going to read chapter 56. And then after we're done, we'll have a little bit of time to discuss. But really, what is there to discuss? We know that there's like somebody's in desperate need of some cash, and they will they will not stop at anything to get some of the Count's sweet money. And also, it just makes me think of like how deep these snares, or how well these snares have been laid out by the Count of Monte Cristo. At the end of this all, I would have like split personality disorder or something, because like he is.
Magpie, you're already crazy. You don't need to be any more crazy.
Oh, come on.
Patrick, do you want to take over the Count?
If you don't mind, I'll take it.
I figured give more people a chance to read.
That is a very noble thing to do.
Yes, so beneficent.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a sec, what's wrong with this
ready?
roll? What happens in this chapter?
Nothing. I'm just giving somebody a chance to roll. Also, it's a little bit louder, Ryan.
What chapter are we on?
56. Now.
I see what it is.
We will read 56.
Walls of text.
All right, you guys. What else did you expect? This is the titular titular? Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Whatever.
I am the vociferous Count of Monte Cristo.
Yes, the very illustrated Count of Monte Cristo. As such, you have to, work. All right, let's do this, you guys.
You can do it, Patrick. I know you can.
Yes,
I know you can. I believe in you.
And for this one,
I believe you, Patrick.
We are thankful to Yukihime, who is the one that highlighted. So any errors are attributed to you. With all our love.
Magpie.
What's up? Sorry, what?
I think we all do this for free, except for Magpie.
I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. Really. You guys are delightful, and I love you all. Thank you for your support.
And if anyone listening wants to actually support Magpies, we can continue doing this. Then please join us on Discord, joining the main channel as a member.
Yeah.
And then you can come here and read and do all the other stuff.
Yep.
If the timeline aligns.
Two chapters, 2 plugs, 1 stream.
Nice. All right.
I wasn't here for the first one. So.
We have to make up for lost time, you guys. All right, we're in search for lost time. Let's go. Speaking of which, I don't want to keep you guys too long here, so let us just get started with chapter 56. Andrea Cavalcanti. Oh my goodness. The Count of Monte Cristo entered the adjoining room, which Baptistine had designated as a drawing room, and found there a young man of graceful demeanor and elegant appearance, who had arrived in a cab about half an hour previously. Baptistine had not found any difficulty in recognizing the person who presented himself at the door for admittance. He was certainly the tall young man, with light hair, red beard, black eyes, and brilliant complexion, whom his master had so particularly described to him. When the Count entered the room, the young man was carelessly stretched on a sofa, tapping his boot with the gold-headed cane which he held in his hand. On perceiving the Count, he rose quickly,
The Count of Monte Cristo, I believe.
Yes, sir. And I think I have the honor of addressing Count Andrea Cavalcanti.
Count Andrea Cavalcanti,
repeated the young man, accompanying his words with a bow.
You are charged with a letter of introduction addressed to me, are you not?
I did not mention that because the signature seemed to me so strange.
The letter signed Sinbad the Sailor, is it not?
Exactly so. Now, as I have never known any Sinbad, with the exception of the one celebrated in the 1001 Nights.
Well, it is one of his descendants, and a great friend of mine. He is a very rich Englishman, eccentric almost to insanity, and his real name is Lord Wilmore.
Ah, indeed. Then that explains everything that is extraordinary. He is then the same Englishman who I met at. Yes, indeed. Monsieur, I am at your service.
If what you say be true, perhaps you will be kind enough to give me some account of yourself and your family.
Certainly, I will do so,
replied the young man, with a quickness which gave proof of his ready invention.
I am, as you have said, the Count Andrea Cavalcanti, son of Major Bartolomeo Cavalcanti, a descendant of the Cavalcanti whose names are inscribed in the Golden Book of Florence. Our family, although still rich, for my father's income amounts to 500,000, has experienced many misfortunes, and I myself was, at the age of 5 years, taken away by the treachery of my tutor, so that for 15 years I have not seen the author of my existence. Since I have arrived at years of discretion and become my own master, I have been constantly seeking him, but all in vain. At length I received this letter from your friend, which states that my father is in Paris, and authorizes me to address myself to you for information respecting him.
Really? All you have related to me is exceedingly interesting,
said Monte Cristo, observing the young man with a gloomy satisfaction.
And you have done well to confirm in everything to the wishes of my friend Sinbad, for your father is indeed here and is seeking you.
The Count, from the moment of first entering the drawing room, had not once lost sight of the expression of the young man's countenance. He had admired the assurance of his look and the firmness of his voice. But at these words, so natural in themselves, "Your father is indeed here and seeking you," young Andrea started and exclaimed,
My father? Is my father here?
Most undoubtedly. Your father, Major Bartolomeo Cavalcanti.
The expression of terror, which, for the moment, had overspread the features of the young man, had now disappeared.
Ah, yes, that is the name, certainly. Major Bartolomeo Cavalcanti. And you really mean to say, monsieur, that my dear father is here?
Yes, sir. And I can even add that I have only just left his company. The history which he related to me of his lost son touched me to the quick. Indeed, his griefs, hopes, and fears on that subject might furnish material for a most touching and pathetic poem. At length, he one day received a letter stating that the abductors of his son now offered to restore him, or at least to give notice where he might be found, on condition of receiving a large sum of money by way of ransom. Your father did not hesitate in an instant, and the sum was sent to the frontier of Piedmont, with a passport signed for Italy. You were in the south of France, I think.
Yes, I was in the south of France.
A carriage was to await you at Nice.
Precisely so, and it conveyed me from Nice to Genoa, from Genoa to Turin, from Turin to Chambéry, from Chambéry to Pont de Beauvoisin, and from Pont de Beauvoisin to Paris.
Indeed. Then your father ought to have met with you on the road, for it is exactly the same route which he himself took. And that is how we have been able to trace your journey to this place.
But if my father had met me, I doubt he would have recognized me. I must be somewhat altered since he last saw me.
Oh, the voice of nature.
True, I had not looked upon it in that light.
Now, there is only one source of unease left in your father's mind, which is this. He is anxious to know how you have been employed during your long absence from him, how you have been treated by your persecutors, and if they have conducted themselves towards you with all the deference due your rank. Finally, he is anxious to see if you have been fortunate enough to escape the bad morale or moral influence to which you have been exposed, and which is infinitely more to be dreaded than any physical suffering. He wishes to discover if the fine abilities with which nature had endowed you have been weakened by want of culture, and, in short, where you consider yourself capable of resuming the sorry, consider yourself capable of resuming and retaining the world in the world the high position to which your rank entitles you.
Sir, I hope no false report.
As for myself, I have spoken to my friend Wilmore, the philanthropist. I believe he found you some unpleasant. I believe he found you in some unpleasant position, but do not know of which nature, for I did not ask, not being inquisitive. Your misfortunes engaged his sympathies, so you see you must have been interesting. He told me that he was anxious to restore you to the position which you had lost, and that he would seek your father until you found him. He did seek and has found him, apparently, since he is now here. And finally, my friend apprised me of your coming, and gave me a few other instructions relative to your future fortune. I am quite aware that my friend Wilmore is peculiar, but he is sincere and rich as a gold mine. Consequently, he may indulge his eccentricities without any fear for their ruining him. And I have promised to adhere to his instructions. Now, sir, pray do not be offended at the question I am about to put to you, as it comes in the way of my duty as your patron. I wish to know if the misfortunes which have happened to you, misfortunes entirely beyond your control and which in no degree diminish my regard for you, I would wish to know if they have not, in some measure, contributed to render you a stranger to the world in which your fortune and your name entitle you to make a conspicuous figure.
Sir,
returned the young man with a reassurance of manner.
Make your mind easy on this score. Those who took me from my father and who always intended sooner or later to sell me again to my original proprietor, as they have now done, calculated that, in order to make the most of their bargain, it would be politic to leave me in possession of all my personal and hereditary worth, and even to increase the value if possible. I have therefore received a very good education, and have been treated by these kidnappers very much as the slaves were treated in Asia Minor, whose masters made them grammarians, doctors, and philosophers, in order that they might fetch a higher price in the Roman market.
Monte Cristo smiled with satisfaction. It appeared as if he had not expected so much from Monsieur Andrea Cavalcanti.
Besides, if there did appear some defect in education or offense against the established forms of etiquette, I suppose it would be excused in consideration of the misfortunes which accompanied my birth and followed me through my youth.
Well, you will do as you please, Count, for you are the master of your own actions, and are the person most concerned in the matter. But if I were you, I would not divulge a word of these adventures. Your history is quite a romance, and the world, which delights in romances and yellow covers, strangely mistrusts those which are bound in living parchment. Even though they may be gilded like yourself, this is the kind of difficulty which I wish to represent to you. My dear Count, you would have recited your touching history before it. You would hardly have recited your touching history before it would go forth to the world and be deemed unlikely and unnatural. You would be no longer a lost child found, but you would be looked upon as an upstart, who had sprung up like a mushroom in the night. You might excite a little curiosity, but it is not everyone who likes to be made the center of observation, and the subject of unpleasant remark.
I agree with you, monsieur,
said the young man, turning pale, and in spite of himself, trembling beneath the scrutinizing look of his companion.
Such consequences would be extremely unpleasant.
Nevertheless, you must not exaggerate the evil, for by endeavoring to avoid one fault, you will fall into another. You must resolve upon one simple and single line of conduct, and for a man of your intelligence, this plan is as easy as it is necessary. You must form honorable friendships, and by that means counteract the prejudice which may attach to the obscurity of your former life.
Andrea visibly changed countenance.
I would offer myself as your surety and friendly adviser. I did not possess a moral distrust of my best friends, and a sort of inclination to lead others to doubt them too. Therefore, in departing from this rule, I should, as the actors say, be playing a part quite out of my line, and should therefore run the risk of being hissed, which would be an act of folly.
However, Your Excellency, in consideration of Lord Wilmore, by whom I was recommended to you.
Yes, certainly. But Lord Wilmore did not omit to inform me, my dear Monsieur Andrea, that the season of your youth was a rather stormy one.
Said the Count, watching Andrea's countenance.
I do not demand any confession from you. It is precisely to avoid that necessity that your father was sent for from Lucca. You shall soon see him. He is a little stiff and pompous in his manner, and he is disfigured by his uniform. But when it becomes unknown that he has been for 18 years in the Austrian service, all that will be pardoned. We are not generally very severe with the Austrians. In short, you'll find your father a very presentable person, I assure you.
Ah, sir, you have given me confidence. It is so long since we were separated that I have not the least remembrance of him, and besides, you know that in the eyes of the world a large fortune covers all defects.
He is a millionaire. His income is 500,000 francs.
Then I shall be sure to be placed in an agreeable position.
One of the most agreeable possible, my dear sir. He will allow you an income of 50,000 livres per annum during the whole time of your stay in Paris.
Then in that case I shall always choose to remain there.
You cannot control circumstances, my dear sir. Man proposes and God disposes.
Andrea sighed.
But so long as I do remain in Paris and nothing forces me to quit it, do you mean to tell me that I may rely on receiving the sum you just now mentioned to me?
You may.
Shall I receive it from my father?
Asked Andrea with
Yes.
some uneasiness.
Yes, you will receive it from your father personally, but Lord Wilmore will be the security for the money. He has, at the request of your father, opened an account of 5,000 francs a month at Monsieur Danglars, which is one of the safest banks in Paris.
And does my father mean to remain long in Paris?
Only a few days. His service does not allow him to be absent more than 2 or 3 weeks together.
Ah, my dear father!
Exclaimed Andrea, evidently charmed with the idea of his speedy departure.
Therefore,
said Monte Cristo, feigning to mistake his meaning.
Therefore, I will not, for another instant, retard the pleasure of your meeting. Are you prepared to embrace your worthy father?
I hope you do not doubt it.
Go then, into the drawing room, my young friend, where you will find your father awaiting you.
Andrea made a low bow to the Count and entered the adjoining room. Monte Cristo watched him until he disappeared, and then touched a spring in a panel made to look like a picture, which, in sliding partly from the frame, discovered to be a small opening, so cleverly contrived that it revealed all that was passing in the drawing-room, now occupied by Cavalcanti and Andrea. The young man closed the door behind him, and advanced toward the Major, who had risen when he heard steps approaching him.
Ah, my dear father,
said Andrea in a loud voice, in order that the Count might hear him in the next room.
Is it really you?
How do you do, my dear son?
After so many years of painful separation,
said Andrea in the same tone of voice, and glancing toward the door.
What a happiness it is to meet again!
Indeed it is, after so long a separation.
Will you not embrace me, sir?
If you wish it, my son,
said the Major, and the two men embraced each other after the fashion of actors on the stage. That is to say, each rested his head on the other's shoulder.
Then we are once more reunited.
Once more.
Never more to be separated.
Why, as to that, I think, my dear son, you must be by this time so accustomed to France as to look upon it almost as a second country.
The fact is that I should be exceedingly grieved to leave it.
As for me, you must know I cannot possibly live out of Lucca. Therefore I shall return to Italy as soon as I can.
But before you leave France, my dear father, I hope you will put me in possession of the documents which will be necessary to prove my descent.
Certainly. I am come expressly on that account. It has cost me much trouble to find you, but I had resolved on giving them into your hands, and if I had to recommence my search, it would occupy all the few remaining years of my life.
Where are the papers, then?
Here they are.
Andrea sees the certificate of his father's marriage and his own baptismal register. And after having opened them with all the eagerness which might be expected under the circumstances, he read them with a facility which proved that he was accustomed to similar documents, and with an expression which plainly denoted an unusual interest in the contents. When he had perused the documents, an indefinable expression of pleasure lighted up his countenance, and looking at the Major with a most peculiar smile, he said in very excellent Tuscan,
Then there is no longer any such thing in Italy as being condemned to the galleys.
The Major drew himself up to his full height.
Why? What do you mean by that question?
I mean that if there were, it would be impossible to draw up with impunity two such deeds as this. In France, my dear sir, half such a piece of effrontery as that would cause you to be quickly dispatched to Toulon for 5 years for change of air.
Will you be good enough to explain your meaning?
Said the Major, endeavoring as much as possible to assume an air of the greatest majesty.
My dear Monsieur Cavalcanti,
said Andrea, taking the Major by the arm in a confidential manner.
How much are you paid for being my father?
The Major was about to speak when Andrea continued in a low voice.
Nonsense. I am going to set you an example of confidence. They give me 50,000 francs a year to be your son. Consequently, you can understand that it is not at all likely I shall ever deny my parent.
The Major looked anxiously around him.
Make yourself easy. We are quite alone. Besides, we are conversing in Italian.
Well then, they paid me 50,000 francs down.
Monsieur Cavalcanti, do you believe in fairy tales?
I used not to do so, but I really feel now almost obliged to have faith in them.
You have then been induced to alter your opinion. You have had some proofs of their truth.
The Major drew from his pocket a handful of gold.
Most palpable proofs, as you may perceive.
You think, then, that I may rely on the Count's promises?
Certainly I do.
You are sure he will keep his word with me?
To the letter. But at the same time, remember, we must continue to play our respective parts. I, as a tender father.
And I, as a dutiful son, as they choose that I shall be descended from you.
Whom do you mean by they?
Ma foi, I can hardly tell, but I was alluding to those who wrote the letter. You received one, did you not?
Yes.
From whom?
From a certain Abbé Busoni.
Have you any knowledge of him?
No, I have never seen him.
What did he say in the letter?
You will promise not to betray me?
Rest assured of that. You well know that our interests are the same.
Then read for yourself.
And the major gave a letter into the young man's hand. Andrea read in a low voice.
You are poor. A miserable old age awaits you. Would you like to become rich, or at least independent? Set out immediately for Paris, and demand of the Count of Monte Cristo, Avenue des Champs-Élysées, number 30, the son whom you had by the Marchesa Corsinari, and who was taken from you at the 5 years of age. This son is named Andrea Cavalcanti. In order that you may not doubt the kind intentions of the writer of this letter, you will find enclosed an order for 2,400 francs payable in Florence at Signor Gozzi's. Also a letter of introduction to the Count of Monte Cristo, on whom I give you a draft of 48,000 francs. Remember to go to the Count on the 26th of May at 7 o'clock in the evening. Signed, Abbe Busoni. It is the same.
What do you mean?
I was going to say that I received a letter almost to the same effect.
You?
Yes.
From the Abbe Busoni?
No.
From whom, then?
From an Englishman called Lord Wilmore, who takes the name of Simba the Sailor.
And of whom you have no more knowledge than I of the Abbe Busoni?
You are mistaken. There I am ahead of you.
You have seen him, then?
Yes, once.
Where?
That is just what I cannot tell you. If I did, I should make you as wise as myself, which it is not my intention to do.
And what did the letter contain?
Read it.
You are poor, and your future prospects are dark and gloomy. Do you wish for a name? Should you like to be rich and your own master?
Parbleu! Was it possible there could be two answers to such a question?
Take the post-chaise which you will find waiting at the Porte des Gens, and as you enter Nice, pass through Turin, Chambéry, and Pont de Beauvoisin, go to the Count of Monte Cristo, Avenue des Champs-Élysées, on the 26th of May at 7 o'clock in the evening, and demand of him your father. You are the son of Marchese Cavalcanti and the Marchesa Oliva Corsinari. The Marquis will give you some papers which will certify this fact, and you authorize you to appear under that name in the Parisian world. As to your rank, an annual income of 50,000 livres will enable you to support it admirably. I enclose a draft for 5,000 livres, payable on M. Feria, banker at Nice, and also a letter of introduction to the Count of Monte Cristo, whom I have directed to supply all your wants. Sinbad the sailor. Very good. You have seen the Count, you say?
I have only just left him.
And has he confirmed to all that the letter specified?
He has.
Do you understand it?
Not in the least.
There is a dupe somewhere.
At all events, it is neither you nor I.
Certainly not.
Well then.
Why, it does not much concern us. Do you think it does?
No, I agree with you there. We must play the game to the end and consent to be blindfolded.
You shall see. I promise you I will sustain my part to admiration.
I never once doubted you doing so.
Monte Cristo chose...
Oh, no.
Huh?
It was Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristo chose this moment for re-entering the drawing room. On hearing the sound of his footsteps, the two men threw themselves in each other's arms, and while they were in the midst of the embrace, the Count entered.
Well, Marquis, you appear to be in no way disappointed in the son whom your good fortune has restored to you.
Your Excellency, I am overwhelmed with delight.
And what are your feelings?
Said Monte Cristo, turning to the young man.
As for me, my heart is overflowing with happiness.
Happy father, happy son.
There is only one thing which grieves me, and that is the necessity for my leaving Paris so soon.
Ah, my dear Monsieur Cavalcanti, I trust you will not leave before I have had the honor of presenting you to some of my friends.
I am at your service, sir.
Now, sir,
said Monte Cristo, addressing Andrea.
Make your confession.
To whom?
Tell Monsieur Cavalcanti something of the state of your finances.
Ma foi, monsieur, you have touched upon a tender chord.
Do you hear what he says, Major?
Certainly I do.
But do you understand?
I do.
Your son says he requires money.
Well, what would you have me do?
You should furnish him with some, of course.
I?
Yes, you,
said the Count, at the same time advancing towards Andrea and slipping a packet of banknotes.
That is a word I'm not familiar with.
Deputies? Deputies?
He deputes me to give you this.
Am I to consider this as part of my income on account?
No, it is for the first expenses of your settling in Paris.
Ah, how good my dear father is.
Silence. He does not wish you to know that it comes from him.
I fully appreciate his delicacy,
said Andrea, cramming the notes hastily into his pocket.
And now, gentlemen, I wish you good morning.
And when shall we have the honor of seeing you again, Your Excellency?
When may we hope for that pleasure?
Patrick, that's you.
I was wondering. On Saturday, if you will. Yes, let me see. Saturday. I am to dine at my country house at Auteuil. On that day, Rue de la Fontaine, number 28. Several persons are invited, and among others, Monsieur Danglars, your banker. I will introduce you to him, for it will be necessary he should know you, as he is to pay you your money.
Full dress?
Oh, yes, certainly. Uniform, cross, knee breeches.
And how shall I be dressed?
Oh, very simply. Black trousers, patent leather boots, white waistcoat, either a black or blue coat, and a long cravat. Go to Blin Verconique for your clothes. Baptistine will tell you where. If you do not know their address, the less pretension there is in your attire, the better will be the effect, as you are a rich man. If you mean to buy any horses, get them from Devedeux, and if you purchase a phaeton, go to Baptiste for it.
At what hour shall we come?
About 6:30.
We will be with you at that time,
said the Major. The two Cavalcanti bowed to the Count and left the house. Monte Cristo went to the window and saw them crossing the street, arm in arm.
There go two miscreants. It is a pity they are not really related.
Then, after an instant of gloomy reflection,
Come, I will go to see the Morels. I think that disgust is even more sickening than hatred.
End of chapter.
I wish to humbly apologize for all my mistakes.
You?
Fine.
It's
My
fine.
goodness, all those speeches, I thought I was going to get tongue-tied.
Yay knew what he was doing when he let go of the role.
Oh yeah, I knew it was a trap as soon as he get let go.
It wasn't a trap at all. I just...
Bullshit.
It really wasn't. I just have noise behind me.
Oh, I thought he was going to say, from the bottom of my heart, I wanted him to participate. But that also was a thing. All right, what do you guys think of these 2 chapters? And the characters
it's
introduced?
pretty funny.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Well, I was glad to be done with all the double speak and get to more plain speak.
Also, I was imagining that they were trying to speak in Tuscan, and it's like, of course, the Count is gonna speak all languages on the planet, so he, of course, understood or something.
Mm-hmm.
No one can understand us. We're speaking in Italian.
Like,
Says
They
the guy
weren't
who-
speaking, they weren't speaking Italian, they were speaking Tuscan.
I think that was the line that he said to his father.
I love that
Apparently
they think
the
that they
Italian
are.
dictionary is in 150 books worth knowing.
I love that he is. They think that they are playing somebody, playing him, but he's just playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know that the Abbe Faria or Abbe Busoni and Sinbad the Sailor are
And
2
Lord
of his
Wilmore, yeah. Lord Wilmore too. Oh no.
I love
I need
how,
to add that to my list.
Yeah. I love how at this point his hidden identities have hidden identities. So like it's Sinbad who is actually Lord Wilmore, who is actually
It's that Spider-Man meme all over again. Like all the Spideys pointing at each other.
Yeah, but we need more than 3. We need to like at what number are we on? Yay! I need to know.
What's here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total titles he has been called.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
Including his actual name.
I think there's a warning in there. You know, make sure your net is not too elaborate, lest you get trapped in it.
Unless, you're Edmund and you have spent years planning this. Everybody else is playing checkers. He is playing 5D chess, so I have full confidence that he is in total control of this jig.
Oh my god, guys! You know what would be like really crazy? Like, what if like at the end, after this whole journey, like based on what Patrick said about him getting caught in his own like lies, and like he kind of ends up ruined like all over again because of his own doing, like his own hubris, whatever that word is. Like wouldn't that be crazy to end like that?
Yes, it would be.
Though, I don't know. I hope not. I hope not. He already suffered a lot, and this is just I'm here for the ride of seeing all the bad people suffer and good triumph. So I mean, I hope not. Yukihime, you're free, however, to write all the fanfic you want. Feel free to do so. I'm sure there's an AO3 tag somewhere for Count of Monte Cristo.
Okay, I have to look it up.
Speaking of culture and media, as we have been doing all this live, you guys. So there is going to be if you're in the States, and a PBS, the Count of Monte Cristo, a new series is happening. I think it's Teal. Do you remember the details? Can you remind us?
Of the PBS Master Series of Le Comte de Monte Cristo? I just know that it exists, and it's coming out March 22nd to actual PBS, but it's already been streaming since March 1st.
Yeah.
If you have a PBS passport.
Yes. So that's going to be interesting. One of these days, we're probably just going to sit down and watch it. Though, probably not Ye, because Ye doesn't want to be spoiled. But those of us who have watched already, like the Count of Monte Cristo anime, the 2004 version or 2002 version, the 2024 version, the Wishbone version.
Yes.
Probably that would be it would be a nice little get together to have. Speaking of media, also this is a good time to remind you guys that in 15 days we will have A Sense of a Bookworm, the newest season.
Yay!
How exciting is that? Yes. So I am doing a countdown on my other channel, doing a weekly release of a short.
Speaking of, I haven't seen today's episode.
Yeah, because
I was going to mention the same thing.
I haven't finished it. I was supposed to do them a batch edit, but it's been so hot, you guys. It's been so hot. My brain is kind of like not happy. So I like nap and then I go work and then... So I'm going to go, as soon as we're done, I'm going to go to a library where it's nice and air conditioned. And I'm going to like just do like at least 5 and schedule them. So yeah, don't worry. They'll come up. They'll come up.
Air conditioned, like how hot is it over there that you already need air conditioning?
Well, okay. So this is by far the hottest winter. It's still winter, you guys. In LA, it's winter. It's still winter for us until tomorrow. Or tomorrow it's gonna be spring. Yeah. And it was 100 degrees in LA yesterday. Right now, we have a heat advisory until tonight. So right now, where I'm at, it's 78 degrees, and it feels much hotter than that. 78. I don't know what 78 is in Celsius.
That's 25 degrees, and that's summer weather. I'm sorry, you live in summer land, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
like,
it's gonna get hotter. It's gonna get hotter.
Yeah. I was gonna say I know how hot it gets in California, so I was not about to make fun of you for that one.
Thank you, darling, at least for refraining. What's up, Ed?
I was going to point out that last year at this time, California was burning. That's how hot it is.
Oh, dang. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But yeah, like, when you get the heat and you get, like, Santa Ana winds, desert winds, it's just... it's the perfect storm for hell. So, yeah, so... That basically means that since I live close to the ocean and supposedly it's supposed to be cooler, but it's not, so I have to like be either close to a fan or go to some air conditioned place to like really get my productivity up. So that's what I've been doing on days that I don't have to go in for work and I have to work from home. But yeah, you guys, don't worry. I will do my best to continue to bring those daily shorts. If you guys have any of your favorite shorts or any of your favorite scenes, any of the favorite bookworm scenes that you want or you think should be featured, then be sure to comment on the bottom. Just don't be snarky. I think it's the heat, you guys. It's the heat that I'm just being very, very, very short-tempered. Like usually I'm really tempered. Like people say something and it doesn't get to me, like whatever, who are you? I'll never meet you. You don't pay my bills. You're not even like no. Like already I've had like to clap back at people on Twitter for like being stupid, and like in my comments I already deleted a few comments.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm just so behave, you guys. My patience is like very little.
Like I said in yesterday's episode that you put in your shorts, I definitely look forward to ugly crying when you get to one of my scenes.
Yes, I will get to those scenes eventually, but you know, I was surprised though at which is the #1 scene that people upvoted the most. So you'll have to see that. Actually, maybe I wasn't. Maybe I'm not that surprised, but I thought it would. Anyway, you'll see. All right, you guys. Anything else? Back to the Count of Monte Cristo. Ultimately, I think it's just, mischief making going on, and while it's a very expensive hobby to like troll somebody and in this way, he can do whatever he wants with his money. Ultimately, I just wish I had that kind of money to like throw around on, paying miscreants to do more more mischief. But okay, whatever.
I mean, who doesn't want fraudulent French noble money?
Who doesn't?
Right? Anyway. I like when Andrea was reading his own letter. He's like, "You are poor and your prospects are dark. Do you want to be rich or at least independent?" He's like, as if there were two answers to that question. He's like, duh, obviously, who the heck would ever say no? So, yeah, do you guys want some fraudulent money?
Are you interested in fraud?
Hey, it's gonna, they don't know. They're like basically like the father and son, they were like, well, it's honest, noble work. Like, we're just pretending to be people. Like, we're not being asked to do any other crimes except pass off these fake papers to the, as legit. And Andrea, who is, of course, I'm sure he's been doing contraband work and faking papers left and right. He knows exactly what is the
going rate.
Yeah. So he knows the going rate. Identities. Yeah, he knows that, and he also knows what happens when you get caught. So I'm making connections. Okay, his quote unquote father was like, "How did he meet Lord Wilmore?" And he's like, "Never you mind how I met him. I'm not telling you." I'm like, Wouldn't
you like to know, Weather Boy?
I wonder how it was that he met him. Maybe it has something to do with, I don't know, having been on the wrong side of like the law. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see if we ever learn. All right.
But it's pretty funny for, as you said, for this very expensive hobby to basically make two grown men act like father and son. And okay, now you hug each other. Okay, then you confess your love and longing for one another.
Yeah, weep for each other. Try to like how I was describing the father
dance,
trying
to
dance. Yeah, squeeze out a tear. Hey, it's 50,000 francs a year. Like, honestly, what's a little peck? Come on.
Honestly, I'm beginning to think that this might just be him blowing off steam.
Oh no.
Just pick two random people to fuck around with,
It is funny. They're behind closed doors. They do not need to put on the act already. They're just sort of like demonstrating like, oh, this is how good we're going to be out in public. You've chosen the right people, but
yeah.
They don't know that Monte Cristo isn't in on the thing.
Ah, yeah. Good point.
So it just kind of shows how committed they are to their role until like the other one, it's like, hey, the gig is up. I know this is not legit. It's like, oh, okay, well, so yeah, it wasn't until Andrea brings up like, hey, these papers are super fake, that the father's like, okay.
It would have been funny if it was their inner monologue, like we got, but it was they had to drag it out more, and they were each like trying to pretend and being like, "This guy is crazy. Who the fuck are you?"
Mm-hmm.
Pretending to each other and actually going for like to be as convincing as possible. It would have been even funnier.
Yeah. Well, I did not expect that both of them are going to be at the dinner in Auteuil. So it's going to be interesting to see. We'll see. Well, looking forward to that. So let's see. The next chapter, however, it's not the dinner yet. Apparently, at the end of this whole interview, Monte Cristo was like, "Oh, these people are just disgusting and sickening. I need to go cleanse my soul." And where does he go to cleanse his soul, everybody? You guys remember?
Hades.
No. Well, yeah, but in this situation, in this circumstance, or here, he is going to go to the Morels. So, I look forward to seeing that chapter with the Morels where he sees how happy they are, and just kind of gives him the satisfaction that what he's doing, like, it's not altogether evil. Like, he still kind of centers himself on goodness. Like, yes, I am the angel of revenge and vengeance and gonna smite these wicked people, but like there's a flip side to it. Like, I am also like just basking in the glow of people that I also benefited with this money. So I think it must feel really gross, like, to like have to squander like and like empower these con artists to continue to do their con artistry. So it's good that he also has this other place where he can, bask in a better environment. Though I hope that he can hold it together. Last time he went over to visit them, there was a point where he was like, okay, I'm leaving, because he couldn't hold himself anymore. He's like, I'm leaving, goodbye. So hopefully he's a little less awkward in that respect.
I can't handle you heathens.
Heathens of love, because they're like so happy together. It was really nice.
So cute, I'm gonna get diabetes, I have to leave.
Ah, yeah.
Hey, that sounds like how I feel when I watch The Demon Lord's Daughter.
Yeah, so I have to look forward to the wholesomeness. Though I think based on the illustration, the next illustration shows a couple, a man and a woman, divided by a wall. Do you guys remember who that might be?
Yes.
Yes. Maximilian.
Yep.
And
Valentina.
Valentine. Whatever. Eglantine, Valentine, whatever. All right, let's see.
Well, actually, if you'd say in French properly, it'd be Valentin.
What? What? Vala?
Not now.
Ed, can you
Valentine, if you say in French properly, so it's like Valentin.
Oh, no! Valentin. Why? Valentin?
Like how poutine is poutine.
Valentin.
Poutine.
Yeah.
Valentin. Where does the S come in? Valentin. Oh, no. It's like a softer T.
Yeah, it's the T getting softer from the I next to it.
Valentin. Like that?
Valentin.
Okay. Well, we hope to do Valentin justice when we read in the next chapter, you guys. Whether we do so or not, I invite you guys to come and find out. Come join us at our next reading next week, Friday at 1:00. It's still going to be noon to you, Yukihime, so be sure to mark your calendar accordingly. We will reach chapter 57. Yeah, because you were late this time, so because of daylight savings.
Yeah, you naughty person.
Hey, you were also late. You also are a naughty person.
I have an excuse. I was at work.
Yeah, get your priorities in order, man.
Right, at what hour it will be? I did not hear it.
It's at the same time that we went live today. So whatever time it was, your end.
Yeah, an hour earlier.
Okay,
right.
Is it in the calendar?
Yeah,
correctly?
It's in the events. Whatever is in the events right now. Yeah. So maybe next week it'll have changed. I don't know.
Yeah, it will have changed next week. Next week is gonna be at 11 p.m. and the week after that it's gonna be at midnight for some reason. I don't know.
Because reasons.
Time change. All right, you guys. I am heading off. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I enjoyed our reunion. I missed you guys, but glad to be back and looking forward to much more fun times. Join us on Sunday if you are in the Chattering Magpie Discord. We'll continue to watch some anime, and I'll be around if you guys want to chat or whatever. Until then, you guys, thank you for joining us. By the way, today reading, we had the following people. We had Andrea Cavalcanti, was read by Yuki Hime. Major Bartolomeo Cavalcanti was read by Teal. Canto Monte Cristo was read by Patrick and Yay86. Narrator was Magpie, and hider MVPs for this week was Yuki Hime and Fuji. Thank you guys for reading. What was that, Yay?
Whoa, I'm 4 bigger now.
Oops.
I said 86.
Probably because I have 82. Fine. Yay, 82. There we go.
All good.
I must not get the number wrong. I must not get the number wrong. Right. Wrong. Whatever. All right, you guys. Goodbye. Take care.
Bye.
Adios.
Au revoir.
Arrivederci.